Thank you so much once again for joining today's call. My name is Justin Mokua, and before we start, let's do an introduction. Let me start with Coach Biko. Can you introduce yourself, your name, where you're tuned in from? Yeah, on the change you want to see in Kenya.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Carry on.
Yes, I'm Steve Biko. Steve Biko. They normally call me Coach Biko for I'm a football coach. I come from Kitui County. Kitui County it's in the southeastern part of Kenya. Kitui. Yes, that is Ukambani. The change I would like to see, it's one, the way a way we can minimize corruption, and secondly, it's being intentional in implementing youth policies by the stakeholders. That's me. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Coach. Let me go to my sister, Lydia.
Hi everyone, I hope we are all well this evening. My name is Lydia Nduku and I'm tuning in from Kwale County 002, and I'm glad to be here. The reason why I'm here today is because just like the question that is displayed on our screen is asking, what can 17 million united people do? And it's because I count to be part of the 17. And what I want to see is good governance, definitely speaks to leadership. But again, as a young person, I want accessibility to equity to accessibility to health, to education, and yes, opportunities for income. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Lydia. Let me go to Rogers. In any case, you can unmute and speak. You had network issues. Rogers, are you able now to speak?
Okay. Good evening. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, just react with Jiongelesha from this side.
Your voice in a break kidogo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Oh, there's no reaction. Okay. So I'm Rogers. I'm tuning in from Kisumu, and okay, so I've said I'm Rogers, tuning in from Kisumu. Mnanipata?
Yes, yes. Carry on. Carry on, Rogers.
Okay, I'm Rogers, tuning in from Kisumu, and I'm here because everything is not working in Kenya. There is a lot to do. Health sector, especially.
Hey, I'm sorry, the approach Rogers due to network issues. I've seen Kipcho Jerono. We were doing introduction and where you're tuned in from. On the change you want to see in Kenya. So kindly unmute and introduce yourself. Kipcho Jerono, please unmute. So now we go to the question which you can see on your screen. What can 17 million united people do for their country? Anyone can carry, okay. Keep talking, carry on before we dive in the question. Introduce yourself.
Jerono Karen from Yasingishu County. I'd love to see accountable leaders.
You, Karen. So now the question which we need to ask ourselves, what can 17 million united people do for their country? Let me start with Lydia. Can mute, and what can we do, the 17 million? In any case, we come together. What can we do in our country? What change can we bring into our country? Okay, let me go to Gerono. Can you hear me? Kindly confirm. Inaweza kuwa anajiongelesha hamsikii.
Justin, I can hear you. I don't know if I can go first.
Yeah, go first, please.
Yes, so for 17 million, I've checked on numbers, where currently our population for youth stands at 17 million. And I also looked on what the data speaks about for one to become a president, needs around, let's say, 10 million, which that is not the case, because the previous one, I think he got around 6.2 for him to become a president. So that means historically that if 17 million people came together and fought wisely, looking at the kind of leaders that we are looking for, we will ensure as youth that we vote for the right people, the people that are going to give us accountability, the people that are going to give young people the spaces that they are looking for. And regardless of that, we also want equity. Equity, we want to see everyone, regardless of economic status, being able to access health, be able to attend, to get basics education. So that is what I feel the change that 17 people can bring if we come together as young people. Back to you.
Yeah. Let me go to Biko, and let's hear from Biko. What's her opinion? Regarding the question, what can 17 million people do if we come together?
Thank you so much for the good question. I will start with a quote by one Steve Bandu Biko, whom said that we should get tired standing in the touchline of our field watching a game. We should be playing by ourselves. And so, equating to the quote, 17 million plus, I can say we can determine everything which happens in this nation. And so we should get into the field and start playing the game, for we know how to play it better and good. And the nation will be on the right track and moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Biko. Kipto.
When people come together, they're able to advocate for serious issues like education, healthcare, because there is power in unity.
Thank you so much, Jerona. Eva. And also, I can say Richard who joined right now. Richard, the question we are answering is the question which you can see on your screen. What can 17 million united people do for their country? Can you mute and give us your opinion regarding the question? Richard Okwiri or Eva, anyone can unmute, share. You can also share on the chat box in any case you are unable to speak. Okay, so thank you so much from the views and the opinions. What I've captured is three things. Number one, equity, that when we share resources, we should be fair enough to everyone, regardless of their class, status, or background. Number two, we should get into the field and start praying by ourselves. We cannot be on the touchline waiting for someone to pray for us. And the last thing is unity. We should all be united for the one cause, which is leadership. So before now we dive into today's conversation, let me request my IT person to share the screen. First of all, we understand what the 17 million strong means, the agenda of the 17 million strong, and the end goal of this conversation and movement. Okay, thank you. The 17 million strong, this is a campaign which started a few days ago. And let me give you a very brief history of the 17 million strong. A few weeks ago, the IBC announced the continuous voter registration. And from there, the virtual, the 17 million strong campaign came up. This is a campaign which is seeking to mobilize the youth, the millennials, and everyone who is above 18 years to go and register as a voter. Next. Next. Okay. Why should we listen to the youths of Kenya? The reason why we should listen to Gen Z and the youths is that currently the Kenyan population is at 57.8 million people. From the 57.8 million people, 43 million people are under the age of 35 years. So now it means the largest population in Kenya are the youths. These are the people who can make decisions, and we have to listen to them. In any case, let's say now we start, let's say, voting, and all the youths register as voters. It means they can elect their own leader without even the votes from the millennials. That doesn't mean that the millennials don't have any role in this. No, we have to come together and see what we can do for ourselves and our country, Kenya. So in 2022, we had the general elections, and the winner had 7,176,141 votes. The second, the winner was William Ruto. On the second game, that's Raila Odinga at 6,942,934. Kama uko na calculator, uki-add up the votes identity after 15 million, it's 14,119,071. So it means if it's only the youths who had voted for William Ruto and Raila Odinga, only 14 million voted. So it means the 3 million youths never voted for anyone. Next. Our call to action. Let's join this movement of the 17 million strong. Number one disclaimer. The 17 million strong does not support anyone. Like hakuna politician amesema, go and mobilize the youths in their vote for me. No. Hatuko anyway, we are not partisan. Hatuko partisan, hatuko affiliated na any political organization or any politician. The movement in a state, the youths wasimame wao wenyewe, vote for the leader whom they see and as a data change ya hiyo equity tumesema, ya hiyo corruption, the policies yenye inaweza tusaidia. So that's why now we came with the 17 million strong yenye ina mobilize the youths wa register as voters waende wa vote. Ndio the next time tusiende maandamano tukisema nani must go ama nani must go mwenye atakuja, because in any case hatuta register as voters. After every 5 years tutakuwa tunaenda kwa streets maandamano tukisema this one must go, must go. No, ndio maana tumesema now hatutaki after every 5 years tunaenda kwa streets nasema this leader must go. No, wacha tuende tuchague kiongozi ambaye anaweza tusaidia sisi kama youths, millennials, Kenya yote. Yeah. So maybe a question I could ask, kama nyinyi wote mmeregister, unaweza weka kwa chat box. In any case, kama umeregister, kama hujaregister, uko na plan ya kwenda like. So tutakuwa na virtual regional mobilization series. The first one tunaanza na coast, tuende central region, tuende western, tuende Rift Valley, and then eastern, western, Nairobi, and lastly Nyanza region. Okay, I'm done. The session itakuwa every Sunday from 8 to 9. That's the first one is today, 5th. The next one on 12th. Third one on 19th, and the last one on 26th. So maybe a question I could ask my colleagues. Do you have any question concerning the campaign? What are your opinion concerning the campaign? Yeah, 17 minutes. Any question? What do you think of the 17 million strong? Okay, if there's no another question, let me request someone to share the screen. Let me now bring on Peter to do a very brief presentation for you.
All right. Sasa Coach Biko, Lydia, Eva, Rita, Sylvester. Sasa hapa nyinyi ni Gen Z ama millennial ama nyinyi ni akina nani? Rita, we ni Gen Z ama we ni millennial ama Gen Alpha? Rita, we ni nani?
Representing millennial.
Mimi leo nasimamia wale wa nini Gen Alpha. Au pia lazima wakuwe kwa mix. Next time to invite kwa group. Eva, we unasemaje? Eva, we ni?
Millennial.
Wacha we ni Alpha wapi? Wewe ni nini?
Alpha.
Wewe.
Sisi ni wazee kwa hii group.
Millennial.
Anyway. Sawa.
Alpha.
Eva, that was a joke by the way. Well done. Sylvester, wewe ni Alpha ama nani? Ama Boomer ama wewe ni nani wewe Sylvester?
Mimi ni millennial.
Nyinyi ndio mnaenda kwa occupy nini? Parliament. Rita. Rita, wewe ni nani? Boomer, baby boomer
Alpha.
ama nani? Alpha, kuisha maneno. Na kutoka kwa meeting wewe. Anyway, sikizeni wadau. Hizi makiingereza mingi sisi kama millennial, kama Gen Z hatutaki, tunataka lugha ya mtaa. So next time ukiingia ni lugha ya mtaa. Hizi English watu hawashikanishi. Lydia, wewe unasemaje hapo?
Hi, Peter. Could you please ask the question?
Nauliza hizi unacheki Gen Z na Gen Alpha na baby boomers hatushikanishagi Kiingereza.
Oh yeah. Sasa we kama Rogers aliniandikia Kiswahili ingine hapa, kwanza nikashangaa ameniambia nifanye aje. Nilikuwa nauliza au majenzi wangu ananiuliza vote zinawasaidia na nini, na system iko ring. So nilikuwa naomba Kiswahili ama lugha yenye nitatumia ili waelewe. Sasa yeye akawasen the situation, akatumia lugha. Sasa mimi kama mile sikuelewa.
Wazi. But Kiptoni kama umejaribu hapo kwa mute. Justin nakuja kwako. Kiptoni unasemaje? Unafikiria Kiingereza ni lugha ya millennial ama ni lugha ya kina nani? Chikimi, hizi vitu kuna times zinanichallenge. Kiptoni unasemaje wewe?
Mi nasema afadhali Kiswahili.
Oh, English ni noma, sio?
English hapana sasa.
Justin, hebu kituweka na Kiingereza mingi we, tutakupeleka huko kwa baby boomers. Waongeleshe huko kwa parliament. Ama wapeleke huko kwa parliament. Huko ndio sijui wana pass bills na nini.
So mimi nataka nikuje na champagne.
Anyway, naitwa Peter by the way. Niko tu hapa kama kuchia watu on inspire hii change. Mimi kitu nataka kuona like in Kenya hatuna kazi. Na in the next 2 years IBC it announce jobs. Na nimefanya research nikaona tutakuwa na 2,562 or thereabouts. Ngoja ni double check. Kutakuwa na 2,562 jobs up for grabs. Na sisi kama ma youth huku nje hatuna kazi. Mbona tusichukue hizo makazi? Sylvester, mbona tusiende hizo makazi?
Hii job tunaendea. Unajua Kenya ni ile tu. You have all the papers, you go for it, but unapata predetermined.
Aya, sasa Lydia ameleta story fulani hapa. Mimi kama like ndugu yangu nilimuuliza jana, bro, uko na kura? Akaniambia niko na kura na sitapiga. Nikamwacha kwanza kidogo, nikamwambia nitarudi kukuongelesha. So hii kitu ni true. My youth hawana ile haja ya kuchukua vote na kuenda kuregister. So ni real kwa ground. So the main problem ni kuconvert your mentality ya yes, vote yako inaweza drive change na hii ndio change yenye inaweza drive. So hiyo ndio big agenda like yenye lazima to drive pale kwa grassroots. Justin, mkono yako iko juu.
Peter, nilikuwa na nichangie the question yenye umeulizia concerning hiyo kazi kwanza before you go to the next question. From experience, the last elections nilikuwanga part of watu wenye tulikuwa make application and then tukaenda hadi interview tukafanyiwa, so nikangoja niitwe. So venye nani amesema sijui ni Rogers ama nani, already hao watu wako na watu wao because wamenitumia message that kesho kuja training, that's after 2 weeks tumeenda interview and then wananitumia midnight eti kesho kuja. Sikuona message already hiyo midnight. So after nimeulizia ndio nikaambiwa already wengine walikuwa washatumiwa, wanakutumia midnight, ndio ukiangalia kesho ukienda late wanakwambia already umechelewa, wanachukua watu wao wenye wako nao. So these things Peter ni ngumu sana kuchange, but I don't know what we can do ndio to change kutokana na hiyo watu wao watoke huko. Yeah.
Lakini sasa Justin, skiza. Basically that is Rita, Sylvester, Kipto, Lydia na Eva. That's why hii conversation hata tunafurahia, tuko wengi but wao wanasema one voice can change the world. Sawa? So ni real. Hizi vitu si ati ni uongo. Tuseme wewe kama ulikuwa na opportunity ya kuemploy ndugu yako ana kazi na uko kwa situation yenye wewe ndio una hire. Si ndugu yako akipata kazi, familia yako sijui watapata pesa na watakuwa poa. So in general utapata watu wenye wako kwa power wataplay hizo games na watu wao waendelee kushinda. But sasa sisi kama sasa wa Kenya, what can we actually do ili tuhakikishe kwamba those people getting those jobs ni watu wenye wana deserve. Sawa? Tutapata wale wenye wana deserve kwanza. So ili wakipata hizo makazi walete watu wengine wenye pia wanaweza perform na wa create more jobs to other people. Sijui kama mnashikanisha. Hapo sijui mnasemaje before nianze hii. Niko na some 5 to 8. No, I can actually do 10 minutes proper presentation ya kuwapatia hii picture yenye watu wenye watakuwa wana watch hii baadaye watakuwa wanasema sasa lazima tunaongea. What do you guys think about people in power giving those they know the opportunities? What are your thoughts in the next 2 minutes or 3 minutes?
I don't know if my thoughts are crazy when it comes to that because do I have issues with people? You are in power and you are giving a job to your people. I don't think I would. I think yes, and my yes is related to if you are giving the job to someone who is not qualified, who is not in a position to deliver. The flowers, you are bringing them as flowers because these are the people that when we visit their offices, they are not even able to give us basic services that we want. But suppose the narrative changed and we had the right people. Yes, Lydia amepata ki position na Lydia unajua pia that is how people grow. Lydia mahali yuko maybe brother yake ana job ama sister yake ana job lakini ako qualified kwa hiyo kazi na ni mtu mwenyewe anaweza fanya hiyo kazi. Really, I don't think that is the main issue. The main issue is only that today, I don't want to give a bad example that happened the other day. We are getting someone on a certain sector na mtu hiyo siku yenye anakuwa nominated anaongea kitu yenye ni kama hata elewi hiyo ni department gani ambayo anadili na. Those are the only issues that I have. But kama hiyo siku huyo mtu angesimama aonyeshe anaelewa ni nini anaongelelea, for sure I will not have issue. If Lydia is here representing gender, let Lydia understand what gender deals with, asikuje kusema ati wasichana wanauliwa, you know, and just stating an example yenye imenyuma hivi karibuni. Yes, back to you. We are talking about bring the right people. Hata kama ni kina nani, bring the right people. Don't bring triggers to us.
Ebu Eva na Rita ama
Back to you,
Kipto,
Peter.
nasemaje? Thanks Lydia. Rita na Kipto, history ya venye Lydia ameadd, nyinyi mnaweza sema nini kuhusu hii mambo ya kazi na kupatia watu najua na nini? What are your thoughts? Ndio tuende kwa presentation yangu, alafu tutakuwa na call to action. By the time tunamaliza hii call, we aim to have at least interim leaders for 17 million strong. That is our end game for today. So keep it tuned till the end. So we will find some leadership on here that will continue working with to push this agenda forward. Kipto, Narita, ama Eva, mnasemaje juu ya hiyo kupatiana kazi kwa watu wenye unajua? Lydia amesema ukiwajua but then they have qualifications ni sawa, but sasa wewe ukiwaleta na hawana qualifications ina impact community na ina impact like an entire nation. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I can support Lydia somehow because engaging your people is not really a big issue, but when they're in a position to deliver, it's right. But if they're not, just as Lydia said, they're not in a position to deliver, there is no reason to engage them. So transparency, it's what matters.
Rita hapo sawa, transparency. Na unajua hiyo inakuja inaleta some of the values we will be looking at as we get into these dialogues. So transparency. Mimi pia niko na reservations zangu along those lines. But even niliona ulijaribu kwa mute. Idea yako ni gani?
Good evening all. Maybe me I was also wanted to add out on transparency, but again we can urge the fellow youth to be persistent. Like we keep on trying. Like me, I'd been trying since that is back 2017. I was I had applied for PO, but normally I go for clerks. But I can say it's only good luck because every time I apply, at least me who are favored. So I don't know it is good luck or what, but let's not get tired. Let's keep on applying. Then one day, one time, God will just come through. Yeah, don't get tired.
Tunajaribu kutushow wewe uko na Godfather, si ndio? Anyway, hiyo ni joke for the day.
It is just
Ati?
It is just mercy. I don't know what is happening. Me, I normally apply na mi upata. So I don't know. Ni sijui kama ni I don't know.
So at
Can
least
I add something?
endelea Justin.
I am glad that I have a connection. Just a joke.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Justin, go for
Peter,
it. Justin, enda.
I totally agree with what Lydia, Eva, and Rita wamesema because I have no issue at any time you appoint your sister, your wife, your mother, or anyone, so long as they are qualified. The issue comes in now, at any point now, you are not subjecting them to the same conditions as someone whom you are not related to. Let's say kama ni interview, kama huyu ni sister yako, wacha hadi akuje, na huyu mwingine mwenye amko related, na yeye akuje. Anyone who qualifies from the interview, now you can appoint. But again, you find out, yes, you are qualified. But wewe mwenyewe hauko same conditions yenye huyu mwenye amko rated amekuwa subjected to. Wewe kazi yako unapata immediately, unaambiwa wewe tuma papers, siko qualified, tuma papers, everything tutafanya, tuonane siku ya kazi. Na mimi mwenyewe nimekuja let's say from huko Turkana, nimekuja hadi Nairobi kufanya interview, already unajua mtu mwenye wanakataa kweli. Lakini mbona bro, kana kuja na interview or you know someone that's taken the job. Yeah.
So at least kila like tuseme, so hapa kuna diversity. I think these are the conversation tutakuwa tunakuwa naye. Eva amesema yeye hakuwahi jua mtu but huwa akiapply anapata. Justin anasema aliapply for a job akatumiwa message saa 6 usiku na interview ni kesho saa 2. Yeye sasa idea yake inajaribu kumwambia ati maybe hawa watu washapata mwingine. Sylvester pia na jam. Anasema yeye pia ameapply hizi vitu na kumbe kuna a lot of things. So there is diversity. Kuna wengine wamepata hizi vitu genuinely, kuna wengine hawajazipata na kuna wengine pia wanaendelea kuzipata. Si ndio? So kuna diversity ya hizi vitu zote tunajaribu kuongelea. But tukiangalia hii ya 17 million strong, wacha nione kama hii presentation ya mine kwanza tu confirm kama mnanisikiza.
Yeah. Nakusikia.
Sylvester, you wanted to add something on your topic before tuendelee on something I really want to share leo.
Yeah, one thing I've noted through those applications, sometimes they look at, I don't know what the type of meter they usually use. They will just say, this guy is working. It's not there's no need to give this guy a job to, like, you're applying for a supervisor and it's just a few days. And we all need to have equal opportunities. You don't have to tell me that now that I'm working, I cannot work there. But you go there, you find that even those who have been given those opportunities, they are also working. Watakwambia wewe ni elimu, uwezi unapata mshahara, uwezi fanya hii. Na ukiangalia unaona unapata hata watu ambao wako na kwa hizo government offices bado ndio wanafanya hiyo job. So there has been that inequality that has been going around. So they just a very lame excuse to strike you out of the deal. So that has been the challenge. You are qualified and you have the papers and you are told that you are employed. You cannot do that. Somebody outside there is also qualified and also working and is given. So you tend to ask yourself, what criteria are they using?
Aya.
So that has been
so tukianza basically kwa Gen Z, millennial youth, baby boomers, alphas na everyone. So this is the main agenda. For the ages between the 18 to 34 years, kwa sababu according to Kenyan constitution, hao ndio mayouth. Hawa watu wana form 17 million strong. But the question is, why are we complaining on the street every day? Tukisema sijui nani hafanyi nini. Why are we complaining? So just like Justin explained to us, 17 million strong Kenya campaign aims to get at least our youth between the ages of 18 years to 35 years could speak as one voice. Just speak as one voice and have a representative. Na tukijua huyo representative ni nani na anatuongelelea, then tuko sure. So the big agenda we want to organize, which we are already starting. Today I saw like 10 members join, which is, we were expecting even 5. So we've just even hit past target. So we want to organize ourselves. We want to strategize, and then we want to mobilize. Because when we come together, basically Justin started that conversation, a lot of things can actually happen. But I want this to be a sort of like a conversation for the next, say, 10, 15 minutes. We can just run a little bit extra with 5 minutes because we started a little bit late. But I want you to look at something that is on your screen. And imagine you wanted that job. I could even send you that link so you guys can apply. What do you think you need to do to get that job? Put it on the chat or just unmute and say, what do you think you can do to get that job?
The qualifications are required.
Who else? Anyone else? What will you do to get this job? Nini utafanya ili upate hii job? Rita, unaweza enda ama Kipto ama Eva ama Lydia. Ni nini utafanya ili upate hii job? Eva anasema ati lazima akuwe na papers. Sawa? Nini tena unahitaji? Papers, sawa? Someone else? Yeah,
I
Lydia.
think apart from just apply because you have the qualification, you might have to need a connection.
So you need to have the papers, you need to apply, and then you need the connection.
Connection.
So I will pause there, but then I want to pick on one thing. Imagine you have all the papers, you have all that is needed, and you have not applied for this job. Will you be somewhere utakuwa mahali ukicomplain wengine wakipata hii kazi? Do you think you will complain? Yes, you know you had the papers and you had the qualifications, lakini hauku apply. Do you think if somebody gets this job and does not perform, will you be complaining for not getting the job? Yes or no? Put it on the chat. Yes or no? I can see no, I see no, I see no, I see no. Now, nataka sasa you relate this to the election. Imagine uko na vote yako moja na the president and the second person who was number 1 and number 2, they are only missing 1 vote. Your candidate is only missing 1 vote and you did not vote. But the other person goes and votes their candidate. Do you think you should be complaining if the other candidate is not performing or not doing the things that they are supposed to do? Yes or no? Wake up kwa chat. For now, I'm just seeing, I can see no. I can see, yeah. So no. So the same now comes to the civic engagement and the things that are happening. You cannot complain for things you have not taken part in. Now that is why sisi wote kama millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, baby boomers, everybody, at the end of the day, the presidential candidate unites us. But what if you don't vote that president? If you are meeting me for the first time, I want to tell you a story about that one that is happening, that is on your screen. In 2016, I visited the Ministry of Youth and Gender Affairs 28 times, talking to them about football for peace that I do. I know Lydia, I know Justin, and those people who have engaged with me or have seen my profile, all the things I do, revolving around football. 28 times. Every day I went there, it was games, or come tomorrow, I'm given to another person, he's playing games. Rather than just telling me the story, the real thing that this is what we can do and this is something we cannot do. For all those years, I never secured support from the ministry. Not that to put their names down. Probably they were incompetent people. They did not have the resources or things like that. But what if they were clear to me and told me that, look, we cannot support you because of this and this, but you need to do this and this? That would have made my life easier. Did they have to keep me going there for 28 times so that they can let me down? For now, I can say 8 years, if you remove COVID, 7-8 years, we have conducted football for peace tournaments in 4 major counties. We have engaged 170 football teams and even now partnered with the United Nations to do football for the goals. Now, this is to show you that other people, or maybe people in the leadership, they might not support you, but people out there will be watching the work you do. But along the way, as you do what you do and you keep persisting, you keep doing it, they might buy in. Because when we conducted this tournament in Siaya County, I'm not saying that is where I went to the ministry 28 times. That was in another county. We partnered with the county government. And I know other people have different approaches. But what if these doors and opportunities are open so that people can collaborate genuinely, not based on who they know, what they think needs to be done in their own way, but genuinely to celebrate and to support these young people to realize their full potential. So before we dive into this real conversation, because we have to start somewhere, we stand on the shoulders of giants. So a moment of silence here for, say, 10 seconds to celebrate those who came before us, those who have fought this battle for us. We know they've done like so much, and now we got to pick the mantle and take it to the next level. 10 seconds moment of silence just to you think, who is your hero? Can be your mom, can be your dad, can be your friend's friend, can be anybody who played a key role towards getting Kenya to where it is today. Okay, well done. So that then gets us now to this level of, look, the world has changed, okay? And we cannot do things the old ways. So we want to look at, in my case, there are three solid problems. We want to look at problems, we want to look at solution, and we want to look at what can we actually do to solve these issues. So as I was preparing this presentation, we are in the last phone. I want you to look at all those three gadgets. In fact, even we have a better one, better than that one that I've showed. But do you agree with me that we have leaders who are still leading us like we are in phone one? The old system not fit for the 21st century. Do you think we have leaders that we are in the 21st century, but they are even in offices, but they are leading us like we are in the first century? Do you think that is true? You can just put on the chat. So I'm keeping my eyes on the chat. So I see, Justin, what do you say? If you say yes, do you have like a classic example? Because we want to make it like sort of a discussion. So then we hear like, how have you encountered this one? Like just say 15, 10 seconds. Why do you say so? Justin as well. So 30 seconds each.
Let me carry on first. Let me give an example. I'm not going to mention anyone, but I remember, was it last year during the June Mandamano, some of the sort of like the social media ifung, and I was like, these are some of the things which were happening in the 1980s during Moi time. So now you can see readers with the same mentality hawajui kwamba tuko na 2010 constitution ambayo inasema freedom of speech. Again, another thing, maandamano, watu wako na right ya kwenda maandamano, but watu wamekuwa rigid na the 1940s constitution kama ilikuwa. So same case to the first phone yenye umesema, there are some readers wenye wanafikiria uongozi ya 1920 ndio watafanya in 2025. Yani hapo kwanza ngine.
Eva, what is your story? Justin is talking to us about they don't even understand the 2010 constitution. Eva, what's your side of story? What example do you have?
My example was back Sabasaba last year, but one. We were I was among the 70 protesters that were in Central Police Station, and we stayed there for 3 to 2 days. And the reason was that we were told that tulishikwa it was unlawful assembly. It means that we should not even move. Tunafaa tukae tu kwa nyumba. So like they have authority, they dictate. Is upon them to decide for us what to do, not us to decide what to do. So I felt like I don't have right to move. Yeah.
The lack for that freedom, while we got like the freedom of speech, freedom of movement. So it is the Bill of Rights. Well done. So that is one. So hold your thoughts there, friends. This is my example. We are speaking about Gen Z, the millennials, purely the young people. When you hawana kazi, and here you are asking them to find fare or even transport to go physically to these places and register. Now, we are speaking in a world where we are talking about AI, we are talking about digital, and the other time I heard the county governments were being pushed to go into e-procurement. What is happening? Why can't IBC or the electoral body get people to register online? What is stopping them from doing that? I just want you to think around that. So we are having really leaders who are in the 21st century, but they are behaving like we are in the 19th or the 17th century. And I use a classic example of now what IBC is doing. Can you get people to register as voters online? If not, what can we actually do to get this one happen? Probably because the politicians and the leaders know that this is a weakness, that if we sabotage this, then they are not going to register as voters. You get what I mean? So the whole point is we can still beat the system, but first we have to do as we are told here, so that when we get people into power, they can help us change this system. Now, problem two. I know this one you touched during your mkiongelelea nini hizo mambo zingine tukianza. Incompetent individuals imposed to people through political parties. Nikiangalia hii presentation, I was looking at how many political parties we have in Kenya. 103. Na unapata party ingine, iko under party ingine, iko under party ingine, na iko under party ingine. Ukiangalia Nairobi kama saa hii na uangalie sijui Migori, sijui wapi, Homa Bay, sijui which counties, unapata we have several competent candidates, but area fulani wanasema sisi tuko kwa hii party, sisi tuko kwa hii party. Na the moment a party sijui amepata nomination, huyo mtu hata kama kweni crook, ati sasa ataelektiwa. So unapata the whole point, the whole issue hizi political parties zenye ziko kwa hizi systems zetu hazituserve, zinatuletea watu wenye hatutaki. Unaona? So tukiangalia hii problem too, what are your thoughts? Hii problem too. Number one, now tutaongelea, tutashare tweets, nini tutaongelea juu yake. But hii under political parties as vehicles to elections. Hebu tulete anyone kwa hii mwenye anataka ku-add anything on this one. What are your thoughts kwa hii specific problem too? Political parties giving us candidates wenye tunajua tu huyu haezi, na kwa sababu ni party lazima sasa tuko stuck na yeye. Unaona? Share your thought. You could raise a hand, I will come back to you. But now let us get to problem 3.
Hello.
Go for it.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
I think that of your statement is locking good leaders out or looking.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It is locking or looking.
Should be locking. Locking. Yeah.
Locking good leaders out.
Yeah.
Yes, among our regions, that is true. It has really been a challenge to us, and it has really influenced the knowledge of most voters.
Mm-hmm.
People want to support, like they say, Nyanza is ODM.
Mm-hmm.
And even if the elections came, you are seeing the people who are independent, UDA, who are really struggling so much in Nyanza.
Mm-hmm.
And we see even the time of elections, ODM offices were left out, but you find UDA offices were being banned.
Yeah.
So that has really affected the mindset of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can contribute. Yes, people have majored on political parties' elections,
Mhm.
and it has really affected people because due to political parties, we
Yeah.
also know the political parties have their people.
Mhm. Mhm.
And we know the issue of corruptions. Some corrupt the political party, they obtain the certificate, they are not
Yeah.
the right people, but being that they are the ones who won the certificate, more
Mhm.
votes are given to them, they don't deliver.
Mhm.
So there I can give a hand. It's really affecting our system due to that good leadership.
Yeah.
And I
Mhm.
would like, as youths, we can change our mind. Let's not
Yeah.
even look in terms of money. This one gives us money more than this one. This
Mhm.
one is from Muda. This one is from ODM. We should look at the abilities of leadership. I
Yeah.
believe even this of our leaders are just people from the community. They are
Mhm.
people well known to us. We interact with them. We know, Nani is able of doing this. Nani is able of doing this. And
Yeah.
this is his ability.
Mhm.
So using that knowledge, we should strategize.
Yeah.
Because they're saying at the election posts, it is you and your paper.
Mhm.
They will not be there to influence. You are picking money from us. You are on our side during the campaigns. It's you now to pick the person you think
Yeah.
is the correct person. So there I can say we should change our mind. Political parties are just things that they are not informal. In fact, I can't say they are formal. They are just there.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
let them not determine who we have to vote for, or even the matter of tribalism. This one is from, I know Nyanza, we are divided into different parts.
Mhm.
Sometimes you find like maybe a person has from birth they have not been inheritance of that community,
Mhm.
but these issues, maybe they have bought land, they have become like part and parcel of that community. Then they feel they can vie for the elections. Those
Mhm.
also could be our points of view. If
Right. So what we are concluding on
they
this one,
can,
guys?
let them just occupy it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good
So
one.
that is what I can say.
I think Rita, that is a worthy contribution. So you guys, what we are saying, let political parties not dictate who we want. Let them suggest and do whatever they want, but let us know who we want. And let us now start thinking of, well, political parties are like businesses. If we choose to buy from those political parties as a business, then well and good. But let them not say that XYZ will be on this region. Like now I know we have somebody somewhere that have, because I know it's like a Gen, I don't know whether it's a Gen Z or a millennial, because the father died and things like that. Now he's being pushed to be able to take from the father. If they are not qualified, let us not vote them. Let us get people who actually know what they need to do. Now let us come to this problem 3. I'm speaking. I want to go fast. I want us to start this one with a proper mindset. Disunity among the youth. We are disunited. If I see Lydia succeeding, if I see Justin succeeding, if I see Sylvester succeeding, I'm like, why are they succeeding and not me? If I see Roger succeeding, if I see Kipto not succeeding or succeeding, I see Eva doing really, really great. I feel jealous. And then I start even abusing her, or I start stealing stuff. So I even incite other people to maybe even go steal. So the disunity that exists among the young people in Kenya, maybe we need to work on that one. Because if we are 17 million strong and we are disunited, while we know really, really well, we can actually produce our own leader and get that leader into power. What is stopping us? Do you think this is a valid point, that the youth are disunited? And this is causing, like, let's say I wanted to start. Are we the problems as young people by not probably getting our votes or being disunited by the political class or those who have money? What are your thoughts on this one? Any person chime in? That the young people are just disunited and we are the problems. What do you guys think?
Okay, Peter, let me add something. Right now, Justin, Peter, Lydia, Eva, and Richard, we are Kenyans. But when it comes to 2027, that's the moment now I realize that Peter is a Maasai, Lydia is let's say, a Luo, or Richard is a Kikuyu. And this is, I believe, one of the problems which makes us disunited every time. The politicians have created something which makes us to realize where we come from when it comes to elections. That's when I say Justin, a Kikuyu, they may vote for a Kikuyu without any ideology, without any manifesto, any vision. Another thing I believe is greediness of the youth. Everyone wants to get into power. And the reason why everyone wants to get into power or leadership is to fulfill your own interests, not my interest, but your own. So that again creates disunity amongst ourselves.
So good one. So when it gets to now election time is when you hear where the huyu ni Mkikuyu, huyu ni nani nani. Mbona tusije pamoja tukasema sisi kama Gen Z ama millennial tukikuja pamoja tutaongea kama one voice. Na candidate wetu ni tutavote huyu candidate. Ama sisi kama hatuna candidate kwa ballot, sisi wenyewe tutaproduce independent candidate na tutamfanyia campaign na tutamsupport. Mbona tusifanye hivyo? So hii kwanza tunataka tukiweza enda pale nje tufikirie the disunity that exists among the young people, kwa sababu the political class or the rich, they have ways of disuniting us. Okay, and it is still falling on this here, the ignorant level of young people. I won't say not all of us are ignorant, because maybe tunaweza sema election already imekuwa rigged. Na iko rigged na hata una vote. Imekuwa rigged na hata hujachukua hiyo kura. Imekuwa rigged na hata hujaleta mabeshte zako ili muende muvote. Unaona? Sylvester, your hand is up.
Yes, Peter. Just want to say something. One, the disunity is very real, and it comes mostly in two ways. One, these guys are very clever. They know if we get united, we will vote them out. So one of the tactics they normally use, they will make our youth to go into drinking, like alcoholism. So the kind of tokens that they are offering, they offer in terms of like you find those guys are so drunk, everybody has a vote, but that morning they have been given alcohol. And they are not even able to wake up and go there. They were the biggest noisemakers, following with the speakers and all that. But in the morning, they are all drunk. They will not go to the election any polling stations. Some of them may even go there and stand just for 5 minutes, and then you feel you are dizzy. That is one of the things. Number two, it's about the poverty. So you are not making your own decision, you are following your stomach. So wherever you find there is a token, you are there. The handouts, you follow who are giving the handouts. End of the day, you vote in that someone into one of the seats, but you never see him back because you voted out of desperation. You were drunk, you are so desperate. So that has been the biggest problem. You will find that someone has a huge following, but tomorrow in the morning, they will not vote for him for her, simply because they slept when they were drunk. They will do
I
the
think that is
campaigns
it.
together up to like 1 a.m. Then they spend the remaining part of the morning drinking. In the morning, you will not see them to vote. Forum.
I think that is unique. I haven't even thought about that one. That is interesting. I've never, not sure what other member will say about that, but it looks real. Well done. Now these are the
Hello.
conversation. Yeah, go for it.
Peter, me what I can say,
Mhm.
it's true. The current state of the economy, people are desperate. Oh, they have learned about it. They are
Yeah.
out there to offer the tokens. But I believe, yes, following them while offering the tokens are not an issue. You can eat as many as you want, even from one of them, because they don't always you are so and so that the token. Even the issue of alcoholism. Yes, we know sometimes when people get drunk, they can overreact, they can have that dizziness, and they can fail to wake up to go and vote. That is true. But the issue here is that we should know that instinct in us. Because at the ballot, even the clerks who represent those political leaders who stand are not allowed to see what you are taking. It's you and your ballot paper. So I believe that even getting token from them is not an issue. The issue is in us. Because me, I believe if you know so and so is capable of working, but he does not have that ability to give the token. But so and so is not in ability to work, but he has the token. So you can choose when it reaches the ballot time, because we'll see to know that so and so is who voted for. When they count, they will say this political leader got this one is for this is for this. That one will have no any reactions or even compliance in you, unless you are the one who goes back to the community and start saying, you know me, I voted for so and so. To do with the token, and people can do it. The state of the economy now, we know it's that people can do it, but at the ballot, it's you, because you are the one who is given the ballot paper and you have the right to vote who you want. So I know the lack of knowledge that the lack of knowledge that our youths have, that's why they always think that the token those people issue now is what they will still get. But in the real sense, these people issue it to get the position. Then after that, they want to recover it back. That's why they can't deliver now their duties well. So being that token issue is there, it should not be the reason. We should just talk with the youths one-on-one and tell them, being even in the rallies of those political leaders, it's not wrong. You can support them. But if you know your leader is not able to do what is right, it's not a must you give him the vote. It's better you save that vote, give it to the right person who you will never regret, than give the wrong person because he was supporting you, because he was giving you the token, because the token will not be there after election.
Rita, I think you have highlighted a really, really great point. kura yako ni siri yako. Lydia, your hand is up. Guys, this conversation can be so cool and so nice. Can we just do
Yes.
another 10 minutes where we finish there? Whatever remains, we can complete on the next time. But really, really, Rita, that was really deeply appreciated. Lydia, go for it. So we do the next 9 minutes.
Yes. Actually, I'll be as short as possible. I really wanted to support what Rita has said. And the reason is I don't see any issue with Lydia supporting anyone. Kama uko na pesa ya kuliwa pita, lete nitakusaidia mobilization, right? But now, when it comes to on that particular day, when I'll be going to to cast my vote, you will not be there to know. So I think the main gap that we could be experiencing, and the reason why the youth are not probably showing up to cast their vote could be the knowledge gap, and also there is fatigue of what has been happening. Like if we have been having this conversation with youth, and you ask them, did you vote last time? And they are like, mimi sikuvote. Kwa nini haukuvote? Sasa mbona ni vote na ilikuwa ifanyike tu hivyo? They are still speaking about the system. And what we are here to do is we want to remind them the power that numbers has. Because if every youth says that system imekuwa ringed, it means none of us is showing up to go and cast the vote. And that is where now the other population is taking advantage. So I think this movement has started early enough in that we are in a position to create awareness, because when we get to know the truth, and the truth always sets us free, the truth is able also to give us the reason to why we should show up and wake up on that day, regardless of distance, and cast your vote. My thoughts on that.
Lydia, thank you. And I think that's why now I know due to network and other people could not join. Imagine if all of us, that's why 17 million strong. Imagine now all of us, we will go out and we will have our episode out. And now we can mobilize at least 10 members. Mimi mnajua nimeleta watu wangu 10. Sylvester umeleta watu wako 10 kweli? Kipto, Eva, Justin sijui kama umeleta watu wako 10. Nani hajaleta watu wake 10?
Yes,
Now we
nimeleta.
have Justin we bado. Kajiado bado nimeona tu mmoja.
Usijali.
So that was just a by the way, but I want you to think around it. Imagine 17 million people complaining about the issues they can address by voting their president. That president who is you are complaining and going on the street only secured 6 million votes. Here you are, that you can bargain for your leadership, for your power with your 17 million votes. Sylvester, no problem. We'll catch up with you later. But we are out there complaining. Okay? So the opportunities that we see on here, we just highlight them like really, really quick, but we will come back to them and dive a little bit deeper. The opportunities that exist. Look, Gen Z na millennials, ati hakuna kazi. 2027, IBC will be announcing 2,562 jobs. Tutayarishe Gen Z mwenye ako interested kwa MCA, kwa MP, kwa governor, hizi ndio kazi. Na to mobilize each other for the presidency, tukuje pamoja tukifikata kama ni 5 million, 6 million. Tuseme candidate mwenye tuna support. Ama hata kama tujasema, but let us speak as one voice. Tukikuwa na mtu mbaya kwa ballot, ama let us have one voice, tukiongea kama one voice, watatutake seriously. So the first step will be to organize ourselves, ili tupate hiyo voice. So the opportunities that exist ni hizi. Hizi zenye ziko hapa. One, job opportunities. Usicomplain to grab hizo opportunities zikikuja 2027. Hapo mnasemaje? Unaweza weka chat yako kwa comment yako hapo kwa chat. Ukitaka job na nini nini. Ukileta hao watu wako 10 wataleta another 10 wataleta watu 10. Before you know it, Eva wewe ni MCA. Before you know it, wewe ni MP. Wewe ni women rep. Before you know it, you are a governor. And by 2030, tuko na president from 17 million strong. So, opportunity. If our old or grandparents used to travel with donkeys to even pass a message from Kwale to Busia, we have smartphones from our homes. We do not have to be traveling and having huge budgets to rally people to support us. We have the digital tools. All we need is data and a smartphone, and we will mobilize our friends. The opportunity 2 that exists. Opportunity 3. COVID-19 came. Now people have gone digital. Even the president addressed people on X. And for us, we are now becoming very professional. We are not hiding behind screens. We are not leaderless. We will have leaders, and we will have one. We will have some of you volunteer just shortly. Because we do not want to go on X, and we want to have it on record. This is the greatest opportunity that we have as young people to address issues, not personalities. In fact, in our shows, we want to be sure that we are not calling people names. We are very open and we are dealing with issues because we have the numbers. That is opportunity 3. But I want you guys to go out and think, what other opportunities exist? If we have Eva as a women rep, if we have Lydia as a governor, if we have Rita as probably the president, what opportunities can these people create for us? 1 million strong, the main goal, we want to organize, we want to strategize, and we want to mobilize our peers. And we mean it. We are not leaderless here. We have leaders, which we will have, and we have a plan as well. The solution we have is this 17 million strong. And our goal is to unite 17 million young people aged between, if we have over 35 years, well and good. But ours is to bring the 18 to 35 that form the 17 million group together to speak as one voice. Look at our mission, uniting Kenyan youth for a better today. Mtu asituambie kesho. Leo tu, kwa sababu kama sina job leo, usiniambie kesho. The vision, kwa sababu we have them numbers, we want Kenya where every youth voice counts. Usituambie sijui tunapewa nini pale, tunapewa nini pale. Tutataka ministry, kama ni hapa. Kwanza nimeisahau kidogo, wacha nitarudi nyuma. We want to be able, again on our numbers. My friend, we are 17 million. We are either on the ballot as candidates, ama we are the prime ministers, we are the deputy prime ministers, we are in those seats. Na wewe tutakusupport ukishinda, tunataka XYZ ministry, tunataka hii post na hii post na hii post. Kama hauna, pole sana. Our mission is uniting Kenyan youth for a better today. Leo, kama ni kazi ni leo. Our mission, vision, Kenya where youth voices count. Hatuwezi kuwa 17 million. Tunaambiwa tu ati sisi tuende kwa sijui nini na nini. We want substance. I want to assure you that the game leader, you know, Justin, you know, and Eva, you know, what we put our head on, atubahatishi kitu. We want to give this a game for 5 years. And how will success look like in the next 5 years? I'm confident that we can get these young people aged between 18 to 35 years, 17 million of them, to speak as one voice. Imagine being given an opportunity where you don't have to spend massive money. All you need is your vote, and join that community, and all of you together decide who you want. And once you decide who you want, you will get your young people, especially like, let's say, our leaders who are in the 17 million strong, into leadership or into position where they can create more opportunities for other young people. Our objectives are 5 as a million strong campaign. Unite all the 17 young Kenyans and ensure they all register as voters. They turn up during the elections and vote the good candidates. Objective 2, We want to organize ourselves into chapters or regions, the Nyanza region, Western region, Coastal region, Northeastern, and speak as a voice. Through that, we can define policies, we can give our own opinion on real issues. We want to empower young people to take these leadership positions. Watu wasituambie ati tuchukue kura alafu tupigie nani na nani. Kwani sisi hatuzitaki. Sisi pia tunataka kukua kwa hizo positions na to support Kenya. We want to shift Kenyan people's mindsets. Politicians cannot do what they like to do, but they have to do what people want them to do because we employ them. And then we want to bring sanity to the political arena by promoting independent candidates across Kenya. Usikama hapa kutuambia sijui wewe ni party gani, sasa lazima tu support hiyo party kwa sababu wewe uko kwa hiyo area. Kama huyo candidate hawezi, we will go for president independent candidate. Story ya party tumalize. And that is the only way Gen Z na millennial na youth wanaweza maliza parties. So tuki unite as a group, utaona tu party wata fade off kwa sababu hakuna haja ya kuenda kwa party na hawata kuvote. So the campaign target plan looks like this, my friend. Tutakuwa na already tumeachieve first target. Niliona tuko na watu kama 66 washa apply. We were only aiming for 47. So our first target before this meeting, we were aiming for 47. The second meeting will be on 12th, and then we are aiming, group yetu tunataka tu grow ifike 235 members. And then hiyo ndio plan yenye tuko nayo from 5th leo hadi 27th, or like 2nd of November. So we are starting with 47. Our second target from tukitoka hapa ni kumobilize watu 235. Tukishapata watu 235 tunaenda kwa 517. Alafu tunaenda kwa 799. Finally tunaenda kwa watu 987. And then we will elect our own leaders. We will have our top leader somewhere who can be speaking for us and doing stuff. So as I almost come to the end, what do you guys think about the structure of 17 million strong? You guys can just throw in because we are just like, I think a lot to cover on day one. But what do you guys think of the structure for this particular campaign? What do you guys think? Your thoughts? So why I came up with this one, are you guys able to hear me by any chance?
Loud and clear.
Yes.
Yeah, so how I came up with this one, I've always thought like a football. And I'm just thinking of 17 million strong is like you have all these political leaders or the leaders playing like a football match where you see when a goal is scored, when you see when a goalkeeper saves a penalty. So I was just thinking, how could we make it like so transparent? Because I know somebody must have been someone on there who touched on transparency. We don't want people to go and play in silos or like in the dark. We want to see people play. So thinking of the campaign manager, assistant manager, so we have the national body, then we have the county bodies where we have the main manager. The assistant manager goes to all the counties. Then we have the captain, like let's say if a county has got 1,000 members, you have a captain, an assistant captain, you have the secretary, then you have deputy secretary general, then you have the main treasurer, because seriously, we will be mobilizing resources to support. If we say we are supporting an MCA, one MCA from across Kenya, then we all mobilize resources, support that candidate and ensure they win. Then the chief registrar, people who want to register and also support, like be candidates in various political parties, we support all those. Then the special group representative, technical bench now become like all the members. We're like now, if all, like let's say a structure just like that popped up on my head, which you guys will have to think and we'll discuss this next Sunday, is like each county will have like the chair and the vice chair, and those will form the national body, if you guys see what I mean. And then from that national body, we will have like one representative. If you look at the structure for the US or the UK, where you have all the, like, let's say if we have 97, all those gives us two, the chair and the vice chair. And that is now what we are having. And those people speak on our behalf. If we want to go negotiate somewhere, they go and negotiate on our behalf. Thoughts, ideas, and suggestions before we wind up? Sorry, guys, I know it has been long, but day one for the campaign can always be solid. Maybe we would have put it for 2 hours, but we are almost coming to an end. What do you guys think? Yeah, just unmute and talk if you can.
This is a great initiative, Peter. And we are certain we are on track because it's a little bit early, and that means with digital space, if we move with this speed that we have started with, we are able to work the code. Maybe I would request you go back to the objectives. I think there's something that I missed.
The objective here.
Of this.
Here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, still this is work in progress. We could add more. You guys, you will watch this one. You can think around, but yeah, this was just like getting us started to think around stuff. But I think here is like what we are creating, like all of us. If somebody wants to negotiate and want to give somebody like a campaign job, straight up tunakuja tunasema Lydia, enda uchapie huyu campaign kwa sababu hutamvote. Si nani? Si Rita shatuambia tunaweza kuchapia hizo vitu, lakini vote yako ni siri yako, au sio? So we can support them. Yeah, we can. Nobody will close opportunities for you. Hapa ni tukiona opportunity, we even go support those candidates. If they give us opportunities, why not grab? Go do the work that you do. Their election, weenda uvote na huko. So hapa sisi, we want to learn, we want to grow, we want to network, we want to support each other. So huku tu si story ya tu kuenda kuvote peke yake. Huku tunataka kujiinua sisi wote. Nikiona opportunity na share na support watu wenye wako kwa crew yetu hapa. So yeah. So any other thoughts? Rogers, Kipto, Eva, Justin, thoughts?
I think the structure is a very good structure. As you see, Daria, you don't want to be readerless. Like you have to have a reader who can guide you where to go and what to do. That's when now this movement can make sense. At any point now we start saying that we are readerless. So it also means we are agendarless.
Yeah. So now for us who are left in the call, do you think this is something you guys can commit to? Just like your level of commitment. If you look at it, do you think it's something worth we could be spending, like we can go? This is like our fun zone. Just coming and enjoying and doing, like at least we are doing something to the society. We might not reach the numbers, we might not get where we want to, but at least we are doing something that should inspire the next generation to at least believe that they can actually do things. So by show of hands, either on chat, just to confirm, or this is just like a waste of time, if you guys see what I mean. What do you guys put on the chat if you are convinced that this is something we can? Rogers is up for it, Lydia up for it. Who else? Lydia is in. I'm just trying to look for, yeah. So, okay. So now this is, could we now, because I know Justin is on there. Justin and Rogers are looking for 2 ladies. Who wants to volunteer? Then Justin, Rogers and Justin, you will get the 2 ladies. So we got for the interim leadership, we need two ladies. Who will volunteer? Just two for now. The rest we will come later. I know Rogers and Justin are there. Justin, whoever volunteers, you grab, and then we get that done, and then we can call it a day. So because we are still live and we always want to be very transparent and open, who wants to volunteer? We are looking for two ladies, I think. Justin, is that correct?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, who wants to volunteer? Put your name on the chat. So we can get you started. Who wants to volunteer? Kipto, is that?
I will repeat the question.
Two ladies for?
Just to volunteer, to
Sorry.
join Rogers and Justin. Obviously, I'm supporting technically behind the scene, but we need to have gender balance on the team. So maybe you can moderate a call, you can organize a session, and just you can bounce ideas on each other. You can moderate few things on our groups and communities. So the lightweight, to be honest. Who wants to volunteer? No one? Kipto, does that mean you want to volunteer?
No.
Kipto doesn't. Anyway, you guys go think around that. And obviously, as leaders, you step up. Nobody will give you opportunities, but if you do step up, that is how opportunities arise. So as we conclude, my friends,
I have
Justin,
a question, like food for thought before you go off from the meeting.
Yeah.
A few minutes nimesikia umeuliza nani anataka kuvolunteer, but ni kama tuko ready. Now my question najiuliza ni, are we ready for 2027 for the youth now to step up and take these leadership positions? Kama tuko ready hapa na huko sasa, si itakuwa noma.
Sasa habari ndio hiyo, Justin. Sasa form ni hiyo. Lady, hapo unasemaje? Una jam?
Mimi hata siwezi jam. Ukisikia nimetulia.
Eva ako hapo. Eva ako ready. Justin uko na Eva. Chukua Eva. Wewe na Rogers.
Namaanisha we Peter.
Eva wacha.
Mimi nimejibu swali yake.
Mbona mnaogopa kuwa leader? Can you represent us as women reps then? Because this is the beginning of it. Why can't you take up?
Rogers, unasikia? Na kwa sababu hiyo iko hapo imetajwa, kwa sababu kitu yenye hatutaki historia, like wakisema what men can do, women can do better, but now tunataka watu wasimame on merit. Historia sijui men na nini wana blame men na sisi wote tukue on merit. Tuchape hiyo job. So you guys go think through. Alafu ukikuwa tu ready utatuambia. So with that, my friends, hii ndio our call to action. Kama hujaleta watu wako 10, enda uchangamke, leta watu wako 10, alafu tujenge hii game tukisonga sisi pamoja. With that, I say thank you for joining us, and I send it back to Justin to close the day for us.
Thanks, Peter. Thank you so much for everyone who took time to join today's session. We are really grateful you made it today. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. This is now the first step to 2027. Now we are going to make so many steps until 2027. Be ready to work with us. Have a good night. See you next Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye.